What's going on, guys? This is Woken Stoked. Today we're going to review the BAROUD Evasion Evo hard shell rooftop tent. Let's go. Alright, so this tent, the single most expensive thing that I have ever purchased. Wait, no, that's the car. The second most expensive thing that I've ever purchased. No, that's the motorcycle. The third, okay, you get the point. The tent was a big investment, but at the end of this video, I'm gonna tell you why it was worth it for me. So today is the May long weekend. Happy Victoria Day, everyone. If you're out enjoying yourselves, please stay safe. If you do find this video useful, hit the like and subscribe button. It would actually help me out so much. Okay, we're gonna break it down into 3 parts. First, we're gonna talk about the specs of the tent. Second, we're gonna talk about the pros and the cons. And third, we're gonna talk about why I chose to buy this tent. All right, let's get into it. This tent is the BAROUD Evasion Evo standard sized hard shell rooftop tent. It comes in 3 colors, white, gray, and black, and it weighs 145 pounds. As for the dimensions of this thing, the outside dimensions, this thing is 78.5 inches long, 55.5 inches wide, and when it's closed, it is 13.5 inches tall. If you look up here, there are 2 latches, one on each side, and in the back over here, one on each side as well. This tent is held down by these 4 latches. These are vents on each side. And if we go up, take a look at the top. This is a fan, and we'll get into that later. So to mount this tent onto the roof, there are 2 rails that run this side and that side. And they come with 6 brackets. I used 4 of them, 1 and 2. And you can see one right here and then one back there. Okay, let's get this thing opened. Let's get these 2 latches open in the front. There's 2 in the back here. And then we can push it up. And it has gas struts on the inside for assisted opening. So all you really have to do is just shimmy it a bit and push it. And it goes up by itself like that. It's not fully up yet just because you have to go inside. There are 4 struts that you have to pop into place, but let's hold this still where it is right now and let's talk about the fabric. So if you take a look at this fabric, right off the bat, you'll notice that it is some tough stuff. And now BAROUD has a description of what it is on their site, but there is no way in hell that I can remember it. So here it is. It is an aluminized polyester with acrylic coating that is 100% waterproof, breathable, UV resistant, non-perishable, like Spam, and solar reflective. Holy Jesus. Basically what they're saying is this thing could stand up to nuclear warfare. Anyways, you'll notice here also that the edge of the fabric is sewn right into the top of the shell. So there's no chance of rain going into the shell, which means that there's also no chance of any pooling on the inside where your bed is. This is very important. At the front here, there's a grab handle for when you want to bring it down. Just like that, nice and easy. There's a big grab handle right here in the back as well. So if you don't have a spare tire to climb on top of, you can reach that to pull your tent down to stow it away. There is a ladder that comes with this tent. So we're just gonna bring that down and put it on the side for now. So here we are. On the inside, it is 78 inches long, 55 inches wide, and it's 41 inches tall. And so I'm 5'10", and I fit in here really comfortably. It's spacious enough for 2 adults, maybe a child, so 2 adults and a child. They have an XXL version that is big enough to sleep 3 adults. Even though you can cram 3 people in here, like 3 full-sized adults, I don't suggest it just because it will get a bit squished. Here's the view of the front of the tent. So you could see these were the gas struts I was talking about earlier. This is what holds up the tent, and if you want to see them in operation, so this is what it was like when it was semi-opened. Same thing on both sides, and when you pop them into place, that's what's holding this tent nice and sturdy. Same thing goes with the struts at the back here. So that's what the back looks like. Right out of the box, it comes with a 3-inch mattress. It's a foam mattress. It's really comfortable, so you don't really have to add anything else to it. Some people do. I didn't feel the need to. Here's some storage pockets in the front. It's nice and standard. And we have a nice storage net up top over here. It also comes with an LED flashlight that goes over here. Right now it's charging in the car, but you just Velcro it in with these straps over here and you have basically a light for your tent. So that's pretty cool. So remember when we were outside, we saw the fan from the top. This is what it looks like on the inside. The fan! This thing is definitely a game changer. Now, if you're sleeping with someone in here, you don't have to worry about farting and killing the mood. This fan is great because it takes away all the moisture while you sleep, and so it doesn't leave a layer of condensation on the inside. If you've slept in tents before, you know that in the morning, all that heat that you generate while you sleep condenses with the cold air outside, and basically everything inside the tent is wet. With this thing keeping some airflow going, things can still get a bit damp, but certainly not as bad as it would be if there was no airflow throughout this tent. To operate this thing, all you have to do is stick your finger into the fan. Yes, stick it into the fan. Just like that. No, you will not break your finger. And there is an off switch inside here that just turns it off. And so throughout the day, it'll be gathering solar energy so that when you want to turn it on at night to get the airflow going, all you have to do is just press that button. It's perfect, it's solar powered, you don't have to worry about batteries. It's a game changer. Now let's talk about the windows in this tent. Normally, these types of rooftop tents only have about 2, maybe 3 windows. Most of it's just this canvas material and can get pretty dark inside. This tent has 7 windows. So we're gonna go take a look at all of them. We have 2 windows in the front over here. These windows in the front are gigantic. It goes almost to the bottom of the fabric over here. So you get a nice view, a nice full view of the front here. On the side, we have very big windows as well. So these windows are the same on both sides. They go halfway down the fabric. And then on the back, on the corners here, we have just under half for the window size. Same thing on the other side, in the corner, and then on the back door, there's another window as well. So James BAROUD calls this the 360 panoramic view. As you can see, there is light everywhere. There you go. So you're not kept out of the action if you're in here in an afternoon and it's nice and sunny outside, but you really needed to get some rest, or you needed to get away from everyone else, or you just needed to lie down. You can keep these windows open, get steady airflow coming in, and you could still feel like you're a part of the action. It's crazy. The other thing that's great about this is if you wake up, you could just open these windows all around, take a look outside and watch the sunrise, or conversely, watch the sun set as you're going to bed. How crazy is that? Last thing I forgot to mention are these doors. So there are 3 doors as a part of this tent. 2 on each side, just like this, so you can get in and out. You could put your ladder on either side. And there's a back door here for I don't know what. And I think that is it. So now that we finished talking about the specs of this tent, let's talk about the pros and cons. Now for the pros and cons, I'm only going to compare it to other rooftop tents that are hard shelled. I'm not going to compare it to other soft shell tents or ground tents just because they're not in the same category. There are 3 pros that stand out with this tent compared to the rest. And the first thing is the 360 panoramic view with all of the windows. I mean, that is just, it's fantastic. I don't know how you can beat this. That's the first pro. The second pro is what we talked about earlier about how the fabric goes right into the edge of the shell. Therefore, water just skirts off and it doesn't collect on the inside of the tent. I've read reviews where after a heavy rainfall, some tents were designed such that the fabric goes into the shell, and so water ended up pooling on the inside, and you don't want that. So that's the second pro. The third thing that's good about this tent is that fan over there. Keeps the inside nice and dry. Even if it's damp here, you can close this thing down without having to air it out and drive with the fan on, and that will circulate the air through this thing and it will dry it up as you drive. And so when you open it back up again, you have something that you can sleep in. It's amazing. And it's solar powered, so you don't have to worry about batteries, don't have to fumble with anything. The fan. Now moving into cons. That's honestly a tough one here. I think this tent has almost everything that you would want in a rooftop tent. I think the only con that I have about this tent is how expensive it is. This tent, after everything, cost me about 5.5K. Around that. So definitely a lot of money, but if you're into all this and you know you will enjoy it, hey, it's an investment. That brings us into why I chose this tent. And you could basically say that I chose this tent because of all the pros that I mentioned there. Having that 360-degree view, that was a huge bonus because I didn't want to be up in here and have it all dark. It was really good to be able to open up the windows and be able to see the sunset and just kind of wake up with the sun rising. Having the fan there to keep the condensation levels down, definitely a plus. You don't want to wake up with everything wet, and having a seamless edge on the fabric here to the shell and not having a risk of water pooling on the inside due to rain is a huge benefit. So those are my reasons for getting this tent. It cost a pretty penny, but at the end of the day, it was worth it for me. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope the video was helpful to you. If there's anything I missed or if you have any questions, drop me a comment below. If you found this video useful, hit the like button and the subscribe button. Again, it'll help me out so much. That's it for now. See you guys next time.